Yeah, don't confuse me with some kind of science talk, Mr. Science Man. Hello everyone, my name is Amber, and today we are here starting a brand new anime, Dr. Stone, which I've heard people talk about, but don't really know that much about. I know it's kind of like a quirky, science-y, maybe like use your brain to figure things out sort of one, so I am very curious to watch it with you all. I have no idea truly what to expect, so you will have fun seeing me. But keep in mind, guys, if you want to see my full uncut reactions, you can go over to my Patreon page in the description below to get access over there. But without further ado, let's get started.
On that day, every man, woman, and child on Earth instantly turned to stone.
Outfit ripped.
This is it, Senku! My mind's made up! I'm finally gonna do it!
There's no need to shout! I'm not shouting! All right, I am!
I'm telling her how I feel!
Oh.
Wow. Fascinating. I can't leave the lab right now. But I promise to cheer you on so vociferously, my vocal cords will snap. But I can give you something logical as hell. I've developed this drug as a kind of love potion. It maxes out your pheromone levels, granting you a 10 billion% chance of winning her heart.
Is he lying?
Thanks, but no thanks, Senku. I gotta do this my way.
Well, good for you, but that was rude of you to pour it down the drain.
Use your brain. That's gasoline.
If Taiju drank it, wouldn't that have killed him?
No, the odds of him drinking that were 10 billion to 1. He's dumb, but too straight laced.
Also, I am instantly understanding why people told me it's similar to Science Gate. It is a lot of sciencey talk already.
You wanted to talk to me?
Oh, she's so cute.
100 yen on heartbreak.
300 on her making him cry. 500 on her calling him a creep.
I bet 10,000 that she's into him too.
Oh,
Seriously?
also, you got main character energy bad.
I've kept this inside me for 5 years, and... Hold up. What's that weird light?
Oh. What is, so everyone just turned the stone?
Quick! Grab onto the tree! Ugh! What the hell?
Oh. He defended her. She's probably still stone as well.
Help! It's the end of the world!
I like that they were unfazed by the light and they're just like, look into my eyes, dear. Like, hello? Wait, it didn't affect animals?
Please help me!
It didn't affect the animals? Oh no, but those domesticated dogs can't handle themselves, and that one's caught on the held leash by the owner. Oh, I'm gonna cry already. That chihuahua's gonna die. I love chihuahuas. I have a chihuahua. No. Bro, I'm so sad.
Ah! I'm still alive! I gotta stay focused or else I'll fade out! Wake up, Taiju! Yuzuriha's smart. I'm sure she probably got away.
Oh.
But I can't die a coward! I have to find her and tell her exactly how I feel!
Conscious inside? But animals are fine.
Well, I'm not giving up. I'm
That's
gonna
the
tell
purpose
Yuzuriha
of
what
this
my
show?
true feelings are! I'm gonna survive this,
They become
even if it
unstone,
kills
though,
me!
right? What if their stone body breaks? They're dead, right? Or can they still think until they get unstoned? That sounds like a weird verbiage, but you know what I mean. Oh. Oh. So it petrified you. Oh yeah, get them ass cheeks out, boy. Hey.
I'm finally free! I can move my body again!
Wow, weird. So what happened? Are we gonna figure that out? The people broken are dead though.
So everyone
Yeah.
went through all that too?
Yeah.
Whoa, something just fell over there. Is that a bird statue? It looks so real.
I think maybe it is real.
Oh.
A friend of mine just found one of these. I saw the picture he posted of it.
But I thought animals didn't get turned to stone.
Is it like some kind of disease that made your skin harden up?
Fuck is going on?
So I am confusion.
I like them going back and forth though. This is cool.
Of course the vet's office wouldn't be open before school hours.
Aww.
Didn't really think this one through, huh?
Crap, it's her!
Not to mention that's obviously a statue or something and not a real bird. But you still brought it to the vet. You're so silly. It's embarrassing.
Of course, the moment I do something stupid like this, my crush shows up out of nowhere. Just my luck. Why are you here?
Well, because I'm a big old dummy too. I found this little guy and wanted to see if I could help him.
Wait, Sam, that's so fucking cute! Is he actually gonna find her? She's dead.
Yusuriya, I knew you were still alive. I never lost hope. And now...
She is there. Wow, it's kind of creepy where she's put. Oh, why did she stop like that?
Oh, I'm really proud of you! And you're incredible too, Tree! You kept her safe this entire time! Like you held on to her! Thank you!
It's kind of creepy. It's concerning.
And now, I can finally say it! I started back then, but I never got to finish!
Is she gonna come out of it now?
What I was gonna tell you that day is that I've loved you.
Okay.
For hundreds.
I thought he noticed something, like her legs were gone.
Thousands of years.
Is she gonna come undone? Crack, crack. Oh.
I swear on my life, I'll save you. Don't know how, but I'll find a way. Okay? So just wait. Follow the river downstream.
Oh.
Big oaf?
Okay, so the other guy. Did you bring her there? Oh my
look
god.
who's finally awake. Good morning, you big oaf.
Oh, Senku! You're alive too!
Don't you dare hug me while you're buck naked! Hands off! I'm not joking!
So how did you get out?
It's October 5th in the year 5738. You really slept in for a hell of a long time. I've been up and diligently working my tail off for the last 6 months.
Hold on.
Wow, okay. So you were also stone.
How do you know what day it is?
Wow.
You got some kind of calendar or what?
Huh? I figured it out by counting. It was the logical thing to do.
What? What do you mean?
4, 5, 6, 7.
Every moment that he was thinking about his girl, you were counting?
So that whole time you were frozen, you just counted?
Even if I had willed myself awake before then, being out here stark naked with no supplies in winter would have meant game over pretty damn quickly. I realized I would have to start things up in the springtime, so keeping an extremely precise account of the time was an absolute must.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
You did this on your own?
Oh wow. Damn!
Until now, I've been lacking manpower, and coming up with the bare minimum to survive takes all my time. If I'm gonna rebuild civilization, I'll need a muscly meathead to do the grunt work.
Rebuild civilization?
I was 10 billion% sure you were still alive. You were so hell-bent on confessing your love, and for a guy as stubborn as you, even a few thousand years wouldn't stop you from making that happen. You aren't that weak.
Yeah. Of course I'm not!
Huh. I don't really know if it's about being weak. But sure.
I swear, I'm gonna save you, Zuriha!
Wow.
Maybe a couple of high school kids, but we're gonna rebuild civilization from the ground up. You and I will be like Adam and Eve. Together we'll bring life back to this stone world. This is exhilarating. Get excited.
Huh. What an interesting concept.
Oh man, what the heck did you season this with?
Just some salt that I pulled out of the seawater. A
Oh.
little pinch of it will make almost anything palatable.
Wow.
We can utilize it for pickling food as well.
Oh.
One of primitive man's greatest discoveries, I'd say.
Thank you, Senku.
Dang.
This is perfect. I may not know all the stuff that you do, but I'm gonna bust my back working for us.
Okay.
Ah! Time to check out the other direction!
I like that he just put his hands up like bye.
I know I've seen that guy on TV. He's called the strongest primate high schooler. Shishio Tsukasa.
Strongest primate high schooler? What kind of title is that?
What's that? Oh! Me and Senku haven't been here yet, so that means someone else survived! I gotta know who they are!
It was me, idiot.
Oh, no way! Are we the only ones left, for real? Like the last humans still alive?
We'll get more. That's a top priority. I mean, the two of us alone, just a couple of dudes. Can't restart humanity if you catch my drift.
So true. Just as dudes, we can't do the Adam and Eve thing.
Let me guess. You pour some of the miracle stuff on it, the stone breaks, and the bird wakes up.
How I wish it were so straightforward. That would rule.
Wake up! I said wake up!
I've been working like a madman on this project.
Interesting.
Using every last method I could think of.
Why did birds get petrified, but dogs and animals didn't? Why birds?
Combined with the nitric acid, it could make something nice and potent. What's commonly known as nitile, which is an industrial strength etching agent.
What did you say we needed?
Huh? I said we could make nitile. It gets into the ferrite grain boundary.
No! Don't confuse me with some kind of science talk.
Yeah, don't confuse me with some kind of science talk, Mr. Science Man.
Wine comes from grapes, yeah? And that is a type of alcohol, isn't it?
Not bad, you pig oaf.
Okay, don't call him an oaf. He did something really smart there. Be nice to him.
This will be a course in distilling wine for dummies. Our goal is to acquire some brandy.
Distilling, huh?
Oh, wow.
No idea what that means?
I knew you'd say that. It's heating, cooling, and dripping. That'll concentrate the alcohol. Don't worry. People back in ancient Mesopotamia were doing this with clay pots in 3000 BC. And if they can do it, then so can we. Now get excited, Taiju!
Oh. Where's this episode actually gonna end? I'm curious. Oh, winter. Did you go ice fishing? That's fun. Look at your little... Oh my goodness, your beard. Oh, do you go visit her? Like, it makes sense, but oh, that's so cute. Okay.
Listen up, big oaf. Lesson 1. It's not that there are things science can't explain. Not in the least. There are rules behind everything that happens. Science is just the name for the steady, pain-in-the-ass effort that goes into finding out what they are.
Bird! They did it! That's cool. I also just really like that they like took the time to like help explain everything. So like, even if I don't understand some of the science, they explain it well enough that I can understand the science. So I like that.
I've been experimenting for a year now. It actually didn't take as long as I'd imagined. Slow and steady wins the race.
No.
I'm gonna beat fantasy with science as my only weapon.
Sick.
Oh yeah. Get excited.
Okay, will do. All right, so first impressions of this anime. I like the overall idea of our story that we don't know, and so as well, our protagonists do not know what caused the petrification of Earth. It looks like it got birds at some point. Birds were like the test dummy. And then went for humans. But animals were okay, and animals have survived without human impact, which is kind of a crazy thought. Because it even makes me think of just like the times that we had where like, you know, like the ozone like actually started to repair itself because humans weren't like using as much, you know, like fossil fuel, things like that. So it is a crazy thought that like seeing the world here without human interaction, you know, nature is able to heal itself in a way. So that's just already really, really cool. I like that. But the whole fact that we are trying to figure out this whole mystery with the protagonist is a cool idea. Slowly getting information and slowly rebuilding back humanity. And now that at the end of this, we figured out how to kind of unpetrify people it does lead us into this interesting point where who do we unpetrify first, since we cannot make this mixture quickly. You know, it's a long process to do this. So who are the first ones we're going to be getting out? Like, I feel like he'd want to get his girl out, but maybe not yet, you know? I almost wonder, because if he gets her out too early, she may not live and survive because life is really hard right now. So is it better to wait to get her out till we can get things more stable? Or are we like, we gotta recreate humanity now, and we like need to do that? I don't know. They're technically underage. I know you know, they're like, oh, we're actually 30,000, whatever. But like, you know, so I'm not sure. I like the concept. I like our two protagonists so far. Like having our like smart, brilliant guy. And then of course our big burly oaf guy who's headstrong, willing to do whatever he needs. They're an interesting duo and I like them. Again, I really enjoyed that this anime, while it is science-y and sci-fi-y, I don't feel like it's hard to follow along with what they are doing. Where when I had originally, like 6+ years ago, had tried to watch Steins Gate on my own, probably even longer than that, 8 years ago, I felt like Steins Gate, like I was clearly lacking information and knowledge to make the show enjoyable to me. Granted, I only got like 3 or 4 episodes in, but this one I feel like they're taking the time to explain things to me. And like, you know, we have this character who clearly doesn't understand what's going on. So it's baked into the world to explain it to our character, our big oaf, so that we can also understand. So I like it. I, especially in these type of shows, I struggle a lot. Mainly because of the fact that I never had a good base for science knowledge. And you're like, what does that mean, Zamber? I went to a Catholic school and we were not required to do science. It was a private school. So we were not required to do science. Now in the state that I live in here in the US, they are required to teach science. But basically, for 8 years of my life, I didn't learn any science. The most science I learned, we would do 1 week where we get a box from the Children's Museum and we learn about some science. So like, it was like dinosaurs and then planets, and that's about it. So I have a really hard time with science. I've always struggled with science. I just don't have the base for it. It's always been a very difficult thing for me, just because it was like everyone else was here and I was here. So I'd learn something and I'd have like this weird, like, ooh, like this is this, but I couldn't tell you why. And it's like, that's the thing. So it's always very difficult for me. So I was very scared to watch the show if it was very sciencey, just because I don't have the knowledge. So a lot of the things I learned later in life, science-based, were kind of in one ear, out the other. I retained it for a week and threw it out because my brain didn't have a base to like actually learn concepts and things. It just had to get tossed out. So periodic table, gone. Oh, so I liked it. I felt like I was able to follow it. I'm sure as we continue going on in episodes, it'll go whoosh past my head a couple times. But as long as they can kind of keep explaining things, I should be able to keep up with it. So I liked it. It is quirky, it is zany, but I enjoyed it overall. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode with me. I really do appreciate it. It's interesting. So keep in mind, guys, if you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button down below so I know, and I'll see you all later. Bye.